Hi, this retention, achievement, and success rate developed using Python. So let me just demonstrate how it works to you guys. Okay, let's say group A, we have the numbers of students. Let's say it happens to be 24. And by the end of the course, if we have, supposing we have about 21 left, and out of the 21, we say 20 pass. Okay, we can use our retention, achievement, success rate to calculate that. But let's just populate the rest of the system, and we'll take it from there. Alright, we are almost there now. So we have 28 there, and we have about 25 pass, 25 left, and here we have 21 pass. Maybe 30 pass, 29 or 27 pass, and here let's make that 23 pass. So all we now need to do is to click on the retention there. That's the retention for the academic year, and to find the achievement we click on achievement for the academic year. Then to find the success rate, that is it right here. Okay, then we can even find the overall average there, and we use this very button here to calculate all of the results. Okay, but what I'm going to do now is to demonstrate how this how I've put together this very system, and we just take it from there. So we'll just click on reset, exit, and let's start new application. Select new, and right there we enter as follows. In the first place, let's import the following. Click enter, import it all there. So the next thing is, I'm just going to give it a name. I'm going to call it, let's call it success rate underscore rate. Okay, that's the name of my application, equals t. Okay, there. The next thing I'm going to do is to, let's define the dimension dot geometry. That's for the dimension or the resolution of my screen. Let's go for 1350 times 650 plus 0 plus 0. Okay, the width is 1360, the height is 650. Why? The starting position will start from the 0 0 coordinate here. Okay, so the next thing I will do now is let me just give it a title. Let's move this back in there, give it a title. Okay, success rate dot title equals, so I can just call it retention, achievement, and let's go for success rate. Okay, that has to be speech mark there, and that is that. So the next thing is, let's just end it. Okay, that's to end it. But if I save this now, let's say I save it straight to my desktop, come straight to my desktop. I'm going to call it RAS underscore rate. That stands for retention, achievement, and success rate. Okay, I'm going to save it straight onto my desktop. Selected, click on save. Now if I run it, this is what you guys will see. Let's see, what was it that? Okay, alright, close that. Alright, then let's run it again there. So that's my string output there. Okay, I notice my title is not showing, so let me just have another look. Alright, just take off the equal sign and run it again. There we go, that's our title right there. Okay, the next thing we want to do now is, let me define my frames. and right there I'll enter the following. I'll call that top level. Okay, equals frame. So, and that is supposed to be for the system itself, success rate. And let's say the width equals 135, comma, maybe the height, let's just enter about 50 there, comma, and the border, make that 8, then relief, make that, let's raise it anyway, that's fine. So next thing is just to pack it right away. You must pack it. If you don't pack it, the system will not run. So we have top level pack and set it to the top. Right, that's my top level equals top. So yeah, so I'm just gonna copy that and just change it around. Paste that. Okay, this will become bottom level. So let's change that to bottom level, and this becomes bottom level as well. Okay, we have those in. Now change the height and change these to bottom in an uppercase there. Okay, the next thing now, since I have 2 frames, I'm just gonna copy this, copy both frames, come right down here. In the bottom one, I intend to draw another frame in there. So what I'll do is just copy this very name and paste it in here, which means this very frame will become a child of this very frame. Okay, so the width in this case, let's make that maybe 3 and 3 right there, and maybe leave the height how it is for now. Then the next thing is, let me enter my information dialog there, or a title, and do that. So that'll be LDL in lowercase, that'll be L info equals label, and the label, I want the content inside the label to be inside the top frame. The font in this case, maybe we should go for Arial, and area, that'll be, let's go for 48, comma, make it bold there, and close that. So that is the property, and that's how you set the property of the label itself. So the text content on the label, I would like that to be, let me just copy this, retention, achievement, and success rate there. To have enough space, let me just change that to that. That's the text content in there. Now, comma, then the color, let's leave that as black anyway. Even if I don't enter black there, it will default to black actually. Then the border, make that 8. Then maybe let's anchor it anyway. Anchor equals, make that W right there. So those are the properties for that label set, and the other thing left is just to enter the following grade, and let's let that be column equals row equals 0, while column equals 0 as well, and close that. So all I need to do now is press F, Control S, and press F5. Okay, we have an error somewhere right there. There's a comma missing. That's easily spotted. Another one, another comma missing here, and I've spotted one more here right there because I copied it. Okay, now since all the errors are corrected, let's run it one more time. Okay, right there, so you can see the title, and right here that's the other frame, and below it that's another frame there. So what I will do next is just to populate the very top frame, and we'll take it from there. Okay, right underneath here, let's enter the following. So I'm going to call that LBL group. So let's call that group 1 equals label. Okay, I can even copy all of these right here. Let me just copy those instead of reinventing the wheel. Paste that in there and just change the text content in this very one. I'm going to call that group there. So that's the first part of it. And change this. Let's change that to group 1. Okay, then copy. That makes life a little bit easy. So let's change this. This is actually meant to be smaller. And maybe the border here, let's make that a little bit big. And what else do I need to work on? Yeah, let's raise it. I'm gonna raise that, copy that, paste it here, comma, and the height, maybe I should set, okay, it can always default anyway. Let's set the width, let's make that, for the very first one, make that 8, and comma, then let's justify it. Justify equals center. Right. Okay, let's make that center. Come back and correct this. Right. And now, okay, that's the first one. Okay, let me just demarcate this. Right, that's my very first one. Let's copy this, paste it here. Yeah. Okay, so for the second one, I can just copy this. I believe that is right how it's meant to be. Yeah. Okay, let's paste that here and change the name to group LBL group 2. For group 2, let's change the coordinates to rule 1, rule 0, column 1. Okay, so let's copy that again. That'll be for group 3. Now 4, 5, 6. So I have 2 here. So this will be 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, now let's look at the coordinate or the rule. This one is rule 0. This will be column 2, column 3, column 4, and column 5. And one more, that will be 7 here, and this will be column 6. Okay, let's change their names. This one is called group. The second one, let's call that starter. The number of students that started the course, followed by number of students left on the course, and this one will be number of students to pass the course. Okay, move it down. We have to pass pass. Then the next one, let that one be the retention itself. Retention, this will be achievement. And that will be the success rate. Alright, I think that'll be all. So let's save and run. Okay guys, so I now need to change the home of these very labels. So that's supposed to be tops really. So come back here. Let's see. Yeah, it's called tops with an S. Okay, change that. Let's copy all of this and just change it all. Tops. Okay, bring that down. Repeat the same thing here. So all these properties you don't have to set it, but it's good. It's very good practice for you to know how to set all of these properties. It's just like Visual Basic or C#. Okay guys, look at that. But we have a problem here. 1, 2. So we're gonna have to work on those. Maybe increase this size. Let's increase that to 12. Okay. So that we have enough room to display the data in there. Okay, now press F5. Right there. That's much better now. Okay, now we have our something like title. And the next thing we want to do is to create the entry widget. Okay, right underneath here, let me create the group, just the group indicator for each group, so that we know which one is group A and so on. So this one will be A. Let's change that to A. So that's for group A. With group A, let's change this. Okay, this is 8 anyway, so that's fine. And the coordinates, this one will become rule 1. So let's go for B. Let's move this. Okay, that's B. Okay, if you're wondering what I've just done, let me show it to you. This is rule 2. Let me just run it. You see what I'm talking about. You see what I'm talking about? Okay, so this, but it's supposed to be, instead of group, that's supposed to be A, B. Okay, let's just copy 2 together. We only need just one really. Get rid of that. So this one will be C. We have a D and E. Okay, so that's rule 2. This is rule 3, rule 4, and rule 5. Control S, press F5. Right there, guys. So we have A, B, C. Where's the D? We need the D. Okay, group A, group B, group C, group D, group E. Okay, now let's check what went wrong. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rule number 5. Okay, that's fine now. And right there. Okay, so the next thing now is, let me just create the let's create the entry right there. Okay, the very first entry I intend to create will be for the numbers of starters, which is this, the number of students that started the course. So let me use this entry widget there. So let's say txt starter A equals entry. Let it be tops inside frame called tops. Then we need the font and so on. I can just copy all of that here. Okay, we get the font in place. Then we also need the border and the background color. That will actually default to black anyway, so we can just get it, make that 20. Then width equals maybe 12. Yeah, 12 will do. And the background color, do we need the background color? Okay, we might need it. If I need it, I just enter that anyway. Okay, so justify it, make that center. And what about the variable that goes in there? So let's say text variable equals starter. I'm going to call that starter A. So I can just define my text variable somewhere, copy that right underneath here, paste my variable starter equals string. Yeah, I have that in place. Okay, so forget that, let's complete this. Alright, then comma, since that is there, okay, let's just close that, press enter. Then we now want to enter starter A and just specify the position for this to occupy. Grep equals rule equals 1 comma column equals 1. So close that. So hopefully that should do it. So that's my variable there. So if I run it, let's just run it and see. Save it first, run it. Okay, let's see what the problem might be. Starter A is not defined. Yes, it is defined. Look at it right here. Let's take it up, cut that off, put it right at the top somewhere, maybe underneath here. Copy that and show my variables. Okay, now that my variable is there, maybe just copy that and just declare the other variables. Undo that, copy it again. Alright, that will be start B, C, D, and E. Alright, those are the variables I intend to use for the starter column. So let's run it now. Save and run. Yeah, that is it right there, and that's for this very row there, this column. Alright, so let's go back down right here and just copy this now. Copy, come right down here, paste. This will be column, that's row 2 actually, row 2 column 1, and that is B. Paste, this is C, row 3, paste D, and that is row 4, one more, that's E, and that's row 5. Control S, press F5. Right there, there's a mistake here. Let's see what happened. What row was that? No, that should be column 1. Control S, press F5. right there, guys. So that's where I enter my data, but this is wrong because I need to change the name of the variables. The variable here is A. Okay, so this one will be B, C, D, and E. Okay, Control S, press F5 again, and I can enter individual data in there. You see that, guys? Okay, so we just repeat the same thing for the rest of these labels. Okay, let's speed that up now. Okay, let's speed it up. Right there, guys. So those are all of the entries for each column. Okay, have a good look at it. Okay, that's the starter, the one we did together, and that's for the left. Number of student left, number to pass, retention, achievement, success. Okay, one more time. Let me take it back up so that you see it. Starter, number left, number of student to pass, that's the student pass. Then we have retention here, then achievement and success. So let's run it and see. Okay, we have an error somewhere. Let's see. Alright, this is not defined. I have not defined those variables. Let me define those, and I'll just speed that up and get back to you guys. So that will be A, number of student left A, copy. So this is B, C, D, and E. Okay, now I also need starter. Okay, I'll just speed that up, then get back to you guys. Alright, let's do that. So B, C, D, and E. So I'm going to just speed it up. Okay, guys, these are the lines of code. Let me just run it, and let's take it from there. There we go. There they are. Okay, what is just left for me is to enter one or two more components there, then some buttons here. Right, let's close that and come right underneath here, right down here. Okay, enter as follows. Okay, those will be for my, right there, those will be for my, let's move it right in here. Okay, those will be for my average calculation. Okay, for average calculation. Right, so take a good look at it, and we'll just save and run it again. Right there, you can see it, average. Okay, this bottom row will display the average, and here let's enter buttons there. So right underneath here we enter this button. Okay, that's my very first button. So if I run it, you will see the button right now. Okay, that's the very first button, so I'll just copy that very button over. Let's copy it and just speed that up. Here are the lines of code for the buttons. Okay, so let's take it down so that you can see it. Let's change these to buttons. Right. Okay, have a good look at the codes. You will need it. And that we actually complete the design of the interface. These are all my variables there. Variables. Okay, now let's run it so that you see what I've done so far. And right there, those are the buttons. Right now they do nothing. The design of the interface is now in place, but none of these buttons work yet, as you can see. Okay, let's start with the exit button and followed by the reset button. So let's close that, and right underneath the variables declare, here are the variables. Those are all of the variables that I intend to use. Right underneath the variable right here. Okay, I will start. Let me just create a demarcation there, and I'll start by, let's define exit. Okay, so the name of my system is success_rate dot destroy. Okay, that is just the line of code for that. So I will now call this with my exit button. So let's look for the exit button here, and right here I have my exit button. So in here, let me enter command equals exit. So if I run it, let's run it and see. Okay, exit, there we go. So that's how that works. Now if I run it again, let me demonstrate how I want the reset to work. Whatever data I enter in here, I want my reset button to be able to get rid of it. Okay, if you notice, this variable were actually allocated to all of the entry widget that was developed. So I'm going to copy those. Just open up a new page, press Ctrl N, paste that in there. I just want to do it all at once. I'm going to copy this now, then go to edit, replace, paste that in there, and just enter dot set and enter speech mark there. So I can now select it or copy that, close this, I don't need it, no. And right underneath here, I'm going to declare, I will declare a reset function and just paste those lines of code in there. Those are my reset commands. So highlight it all and just indent. Go to format and just indent it, and that is it. That's my reset taken care of. Have a good look at it. Okay, now you see this command reset, and I need to allocate that or assign that to my command right here, reset command here, equals reset there. So let's run the program and see how that works. And right here we enter whatever data we intend to enter in there. Just to make sure it works, I will enter value into everything. Okay, reset there. The reset is working, guys. Now let's start with the calculation of retention followed by achievement and success rate. Then we can take care of the average. Close that. Okay, let's start with function. I'll call that function retention. Okay, retention underscore rate. Okay, that's what I'm going to call it. Maybe let's just go for retention, full spelling. Retention rate, parentheses and semicolon. So the first one would be the for group A. Let's calculate the retention of group A. So to calculate retention, you always go for the number of students left divided by the numbers of starters. So, but before we can do that, I need to now allocate this data underscore A, that's for rule A, equals, so the number of students starter, number left, then to calculate the retention of group A. So let's say float left dot get, okay, enter parentheses, that is for group A. So for group B, I can just copy this. So for group A, I'm still working on group A, but in this case I want the starter. So let's get the number of students that started the course. That will be A as well. Now we need to divide this by this. So let's declare another local variable, retention underscore rate underscore A as just a variable equals starter right here. This very one, copy that. Okay, divide that by the second one here. This should be 2 really. That's why I placed number in there. So that will be 2. Okay, then we multiply that by 100. Okay, so that we can get it in percentage. Let's say retention rate A underscore A equals, let's enter pound sign here, or percentage dot 1, okay, 1 decimal place. All right then. Okay, and enter the following. Let me just copy all of that and paste that right in there. Let's move this here. Okay, hopefully that should give me the retention rate. Then we need to close this off. Let's close here. Let's close. Get rid of this. Yeah, that's it. And let's enter percentage there. Okay, we now need to assign this data into our variable so that it can appear on the entry itself. Retention A, I'm now referring to this retention A variable up here, this variable right there. Bring it down. Retention A dot set retention rate A there, and that will be all. So if let's try it out. If I run that, okay, I need, what do I need there? Let's run it again so that I spot the error. Okay, the error is I was meant to cover that really. Alright, let's run it again. Okay, we have 1, 2, and this one must be 2. Yeah. Okay, let's try it again. Alright, so let's enter numbers of starters there, so we can work out the retention. So click on that. Let's see Why didn't we have the answer? Alright, we actually need to assign these. We need to assign these to the retention button. Let's come down here. Where's the button? Right there. So comma equals retention. So let's run it again. Enter some data in there. We have 45 students. That must be a very large class. Alright, so what is now the error? Oh, double T, that's wrong. So let's look for where we have the double T. We have one T here. Come back in here. We have double T here, so we get rid of that. And run it one more time. Okay guys, the retention is 85.3%. so now we've been able to work out the retention. All we just need to do for the rest of the group, let me show you what I mean by the rest of the group. Okay, we need to be able to work out the retention for the rest of the group. Alright, so now let's do that. So we can just copy this. I'm going to copy that, paste it right underneath there. There's retention B. So okay, so we now need to change all of these to B. Change that to B in uppercase, really. Uppercase B. And this will be B as well. Yeah. Okay. Now let's run that. Hopefully I've taken care of the B session. So we can enter some data in here. So let's check this out. Click retention. You see that? That's the retention for both. So let's just copy and paste and change it around as well. Come back in here, paste, and this will be for group C. That's group C. Right, now let's try that of group C, and if that works, we just speed it up. Right, that is working as we want, so I'm just going to speed that up now. Okay, let's speed it up. Alright, this is how it looks now. So the retention is completed. Okay, take it down. That's all the retention. So let me just assign groups. That's group A. That's group B. Group C. D. E. So save and run. Press F5 to run. Okay, just enter whatever data in there. Press retention. There, that's the retention calculated for you. So we'll repeat exactly the same thing for achievement, success rate. Then we take care of the average. Okay, let's come here for the success rate. Let's copy this. Oh, achievement first. Let's take care of the achievement first. Okay, for the achievement rate, I will have to declare another function there. Let's get rid of that. function achievement underscore rate. Okay, now let me start by saying the student left underscore left underscore achieve underscore A1. So that's just to denote my first data in row 1. Okay, so let's go for student pass A, get whatever data is in there. Okay, so whatever data they have in there, I'm talking about this. Okay, now come back down. Yeah, close that. Let's close that, and yes, let's make that group. That's for group A. Yeah, so that I don't get it mixed up. All right, so let's go for student. Let's make this uppercase really. Student underscore left underscore achieve underscore A2 equals float. Okay, float left A dot get. Now let's go for achieve rate. That's another variable. Achieve underscore rate underscore A equals open bracket student left, which is this, and we divide that by this very ones right there. So this divided by this, then we multiply it by 100 and close that bracket. Yeah. Okay. Achieve rate equals, let's enter let's copy all of this formatting method, paste that in there. Then we have achieve rates here. And close plus that, the percentage. So achievement itself, achievement, that's achievement A dot set equals achieve underscore rate. So let's correct this. Right, so hopefully if this works, let's hope I will make any error. That should give us the achievement rate. Let's see. Alright, we need some data in here as well. So retention and achievement, there's an error somewhere. Let's see. Coming out convert string to, okay, let's see that. I think here somewhere. Okay, this is how it looks, but we need to correct one thing. Let's copy this for the second part of it. Okay, we now need to change all of this to C. B and C. So that's B right there. B. Let's speed that up a little bit. It's a little bit too slow. Okay, this is how the lines of code are looking right now, but we need to be able to call this function. So let's go into the button return achievement right here. Command not lowercase command really equals right there. So let's run it and see. Enter some data in there. Okay, right there. That's fine. It's working fine. Alright, so all that is left for us now is success rate and this very one. Okay, so let's take care of the success rate and the average. So exit and come right underneath here. Where do we have the codes here? Right there. So we then need to declare something to do with success rate. And rate. Okay, we start that by declaring this. So for the retention, let's go for the success rate, I mean number of students that start. Let's just maybe copy that really. So just copy the retention, which is right here. We need the retention figure, this very one. So bring it down here. Now the value inside the exit box, let's say left a dot get, let's say that's for group A. Oh, this one should be quotes really. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Now we then need to get that of group B. With that of group B, that's supposed to be the starter. So I'm just going to copy any of these and just paste it there, correct it, paste that in there, change this to B, to A really, sorry, change that to A, and this is A2. Okay, then we have to indent this, else there will be an error. Indent, that's fine. And let's just speed that up now. Okay, so let's speed it up right there. Those are the lines of code for tension calculation, the success rate calculation I meant. So those are the lines of code for that. Right, let's run that and see. We have an error. Okay, there. Let's run it again. Right there. So we should be able to calculate the success rates and so on now. these. Let's delete this. Okay. Alright, that's good. Success rate. Okay, let's look at the success rate and see what's okay. I need to assign this. Sorry. Come down here and just assign that to button success rate right here. There. And we can just run it one more time to be sure that it's now working properly. Right, the success rate is not right yet. Let's check one more time. Close that. Back to the success rate itself. Right there. Okay, here are the lines of code again. Let's just see for the success rate. So we'll run it one more time. Let's enter some data in there. Okay, retention, achievement, success rate there. Okay, all that is now left for us to do is just to take care of this one. Reset, exit. Okay, to calculate the average, let's start by declaring the following function. Let's come down here, right underneath here. I'm just going to declare the following function there. I'm going to call that average, and take care of the student left underscore retention and underscore 1. We have those data on board anyway, but we can always go back and just copy it individually. Those are the variables that were declared for the retention, achievement, and so on. So now I want to calculate them all, just group them all together, add them all together, and then divide it. So this would be for group 1. That's group A, sorry. That's for group A. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. This is for group A here. Okay, I've just written that out. Now I also need this, so I might as well just copy it since I'm right there. Take it down, come here and paste that in there. That's for group A. Now let's go for group B. Let's look for that. So that's for group B. Copy that as well. And paste it there. That's group B. Let's go for group C. There we go. Okay, with that I'll just speed that up now that you guys get the whole idea. Okay, let's speed that up. Okay, this is how it looks now. The next thing is I will copy the where I've actually sum it up right here. I will name this, okay, and so on up to E. So let's get out of A first. Copy that, come right down here. I could have copied it all, but I just want it to look well arranged. That's for group B. Copy. Group C, let's have a look at that of group C as well. Then we need that of D and E. Group D. take that, come right down, paste that there. Then we want that of group E. Group E there. And that is all there is to it. Just check out that of group A again. Group A. Just want to be sure I have group A on board. Let's paste that underneath here. Paste. Yeah, I do have group A. Okay, that's fine. Undo. Right. So that will be for the calculation of average of retention. Okay. But group. Okay, this is wrong. That's the wrong one. Let's go B and okay, it's still useful, so let's just get it right. Retention group B. Come back down, paste the right one there. Yeah, retention group C. This very one, so you sometimes have to be careful. That's group C. Now retention group D, right there. Okay, paste that in there. And that is all for the retention. That's fine. Now the achievement, I already have some of it mistakenly. It's right there, so I'll just speed that up and get back to you guys. Okay, those are the lines of codes for the average. I now have all of them in place. Alright, just have a good look at them. Okay, that's for the success rate. Now that of average achievement, sorry, that's it right there. Okay, this is where I sum up the average for retention. You guys notice I copied it all from within the code up here. The only different bit is just adding up all of these. All of these were then added up. Look at them here. This is where I added it up and divided by 5. And here this is the, just to convert it to percentage. 1 decimal place percentage. Depending on you can always make it 0 decimal place. Okay, that is for retention. Now we have that of achievement here. Exactly the same thing was performed here. All of these were then added up. There they are, added it all up here. Okay, and there. Okay, so what I'll now do is to call each of these calculations with my command button, the achievement command trigger button. Now this is the success average. In the case of the success average, there's a little bit of difference there because that required a little bit more copying and pasting. So that's it. For group A, I copy all of those components or the lines of code. For group B, this were copied. Group C, copied from within the function. Group D, copied within the function. Group E, copied within the function. All of the copied components were then put together here. You can see here achievement rate A multiplied by achievement rate by retention rate A. Okay, what I'll just do is multiply them together. And here let's look for achievement rate A. We go to the achievement where we have the achievement, and there we go. That is it right here. Okay, all right. achievement rate A. One more time, come here, achievement rate A, there it is, right there, and you multiply that by retention rate A. If you go up there, you should find retention rate A. Right, that's it. Okay, and all of those lines of codes are right in here. Take it down. Then all of these are then added together here to get the average. That's divided by 5 and then divide by 100, else you will end up with thousands. So that's the reason why I divide by 100, and there, that is it. So all I then need to do now is come here, just copy this with average, and now scroll right down, look for the button where it says average. Average is very button, that right there, enter comma, command equals average, and that is all there is to it. Run. Okay, there we go. So we enter some data in there. Let's go for find a tree. Okay, just try and speed that up a little bit more. Right, let's enter 29 there, and here maybe 28. So all we need to do is click on retention. We have our retention achievement, that's correct. Success rate, working fine. What about average? There. Okay, we can also just click on all of these, on this very one, to give us all the sum up information that we need. Okay, so to do that, all I just need to do is to copy all of these. So let's give that a try now. Reset, exit, close that, and we can just come in here and declare another one. Overall retention. Okay, for the overall retention, now all you just need to do is, that is the retention. Copy all of these, copy, bring it down, paste. Overall, as for average, overall success rate. Now let's go for achievement. Copy all of that, bring it right down, paste. Then overall success rate. Okay, you can bring it down. Okay, now all of the codes are copied into the overall. Let's come down. It's right here, really. Let's go back up. We need the overall retention. Let's come down. That's it. Overall, all. There should be all there. Overall retention. Okay, so let's just copy that and place that inside the command button here. Instead of clicking each individual button, we can just enter overall. There we go. Overall retention. So let's run it now. Okay, enter data in there. Okay, those are the number of starter for each group. At the end of the year, we ended up with the following number of students. Okay, number to pass. Okay, instead of clicking this or this, we can just click on this, and that gives us overall total. Okay, that gives us the overall total. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this program. I suppose you all enjoy it. So you all have a nice day now, guys. Bye for now.